Hello everybody, Mr. Pilgrim here, coming at you with the next video in our Platinum Trophy Guide for Lords of the Fallen. We had just gone through the Citadel and talked to Antinas and all that, fought in the Beast and the Champion, and now we're about to head back into the Rhogar realm. But before we do that, there's one last thing that I forgot to do, like I always seem to do in these videos, and that is a secret hidden area in the Citadel. So we're going to head back to that while we have the time before the end game kicks in and things start getting a little bit harder. So if we head back there, I'll show you what to do. Alright, now that you're here in the Citadel, if you follow the path that I take, make sure you have the prayer ability active. And from here, if you follow into that side area that I mentioned in the last video to find the cursed sword, if you come over here and activate this pad, you can turn around and come back the way you came, and on the left will be a hidden breakable wall that you can go into that now has an open door. This will be another secret room out of the way. You'll get a couple of just useless things, but you can still use them, I suppose. Now also do note that in character development, you want to make sure that you eventually do have a single point into all of these abilities. That way you can do that. So for now we can't put any more points in. You'll basically need about 2 more, I believe. So just remember that you'll need a point in all of those, and then that'll get you another trophy. So now we can finally head back to the realm of the Rhogar, and I'll see you there. Alright, so once you re-enter the Rhogar realm, there'll be a small cutscene showing you 2 new enemies along the way and a new boss you'll have to fight. One of them being a tyrant, and then, a wizard, and then the boss. Tyrant Heart is easily located on the bridge just past the tyrant, so you can easily run past him, two-hand your weapon, kick it, take the heart, take care of him. And then if you're using the same weapon that I am, you can two-hand it and do an R2 attack at the wizard, and you should one-shot it. Do be careful though, as its explosion will deal damage to you, so make sure you have enough health to survive it. But now we can get on to the next boss, which is going to be the Guardian. He's a pretty easy boss fight. Basically, to get his unique weapon, you just need to not take out any of these lights. Honestly, I definitely think that two-handing your weapon is the best strategy for this. Or not two-handing, one-handing. Because if you have a strong enough shield, then you should be fine. Whenever he does this, you can slightly take advantage if you want to not to deal some damage to him. But if not, that's perfectly fine. Basically, you're just trying to bait out his attacks to where he does a longer attack chain, and then if he does do the swords in the ground, that he just does the just the kick and then the slice. He'll do this quite often, so just be moving around in a way that's left or right, and you won't get hit by any of the fires. But other than that, it should be a pretty straightforward boss. Just make sure you don't hit any of these fires, and that'll get you the easy weapon. Do be careful though, as he can combo you fairly easily. And just make sure that you're conserving stamina. There are some times where he can hit you. but just like I said, be careful. If you can get him to do a combo, that's your best opportunity to sneak in for a little bit of damage. If not, you can always wait for this. Just backpedal, and then you can normally bait him into some pretty consistent damage. And just like that, he's done. And you know, if it's done properly, as you'll be able to see that you got the orange version of his sword, Firewalker, and you'll get the Thousands of Candles trophy. Now, we're not done yet though, as from here, if we actually head up the path off to the left, we can find some items, and there's something related to the key item for the human skulls that we have. If you happen to have 30 of them, you'll get 2 rewards, but if you don't, that is still fine. You'll still be able to get the unique item that we're trying to go for anyways. So I'm going to clear the path and then show you where to go. Alright, so from here, the first thing that you might as well do while you're here is open up the doorway. But then follow the path that I take, and we will find our friend, the damaged rhogar, who asked for some human skulls. He will have moved locations, so if you try and go back to the first area that you find him in, he's not going to spawn there. He is instead moved over here to this location. And it'll be up here off to the left. As you'll see, come talk to him eventually. Come on. Where is it? There it is.
I had
skulls sealed. Rohak take. Krukma skull rohak. Kruk.
So yeah, now that you have given him the 15 skulls that is needed, you will get the new legendary stance shield. And now we can move on to the inside of the area, the Chamber of Lies. So I'll see you inside. Alright, so inside, of course, like always, I'm going to defeat a bunch of enemies. In the first room, there will be a witch and a tyrant. Do be careful of that. However, though, the Tyrant Heart is going to be off to the left in a room with a First Warden, so just be wary of that before you do anything. But like always, I'm going to try and go through and clear most of the areas as I go through them. That way you guys know the important stuff. Alright, so now I can show you everything that you need to know. So in this first area here, off to the left, is going to be your resting area or your first checkpoint right here. So from here, in this main area, you're basically going to just be going straight. There will be a thing detailed later to these specific statues that I'm going to go over. But if you come down here and just follow the path that I take, I found this to be the most simplest in terms of how to do things. So if you come down to this right area, you can head up the stairs, follow this path around, and now if you haven't gotten the one trophy to kick an enemy into anything, this area has some low small spiders that you can kick into those pits right there. But if you come here off to this side area, you'll find this room that's sealed by a rune. So you'll open her up, and this will be the first part of the Unity staff if you didn't already have a magic weapon. Here you go. As you'll see, you'll get the weapon hilt, but what you need is the headpiece. So we can continue on from here. Coming in here, you can find another blacksmith to open up some of those runes, but if you follow the path I take and follow it up, and then up, follow it all the way around. Don't have to worry about the left side for right now, just follow this straight forward. There'll be a tyrant in here, and a ghost witch. Now do remember that for any of the witches you do need to have something that does magic damage, as that's what they're weakest to, not physical. But anyways, we'll come over here, interact with this switch. There'll be a cutscene, so I'm gonna avoid doing that. Now this area back here just basically leads all the way back around to the start, as you'll see right here, to these stairs. But now basically we can go into this door right here. Alright, so now in the new area, basically there's some ghost enemies that you'll want to have a hammer to deal with, but all you're trying to end up eventually doing is going up top here, and then you'll be able to interact with this lever over here, and that'll open up a door. There's also a chest up here. Do be careful though, as the enemy up here is pretty strong, and he can poison you just by hitting you with one attack, and he can combo you, so do be careful of that. Now also, I forgot to mention the thing about the statues. So in the first area with the tyrant and the ghost enemy that you will encounter, off to the right will be a thing you can pick up that'll give you the Tor Great Hammer. Basically, if you use this weapon on these statues here and break them, it'll give you a piece of the set. Pretty good set, honestly. A little heavier than normal, but it's still pretty good. So just be wary of that. So from here, basically all you're going to end up doing is just going back down. There's another checkpoint there. But once you open up, you can drop down here into the area where you will find Yitka. You'll see right there. And then you go off to the right, and this is the room you need to go to. For the longest time I was stumbled or confounded where to go. But you will then go through here, and then we can continue on to the second half of the area, which will then loop back around to the first half, so you won't have to go through any doors and reload enemies, to the annoyance of anybody who plays this game. I think is probably the only major downside to transitioning to areas that you have been versus where you are going. There'll be another tyrant in this area, so do be careful of that. So if you can come over here. Oh god, that scared me. I did change swords though to the last will. See if I can find his heart. If you don't know where to find the heart, you can easily just defeat him. But this should be the 9th heart that you will get, so you should have the go breaking my heart trophy as of now. Huzzah, yay. There is an item over there that you can jump to off to the right there. But from now, I'm just going to do like always, go through and defeat everything and stuff like that, and then I will be back here. So I'll see you then. Alright, so from here, if we come over to this area here, we can find a very hidden lever that you can pull to access a secret room that is located on the other side. You'll probably see it rise on the left up there. So if you follow the path that I take, it's the most direct route to get a couple of things done. So if we come up here and off to the right, follow this around, find a shard, you'll find this area here. Coming around over here to the right, and then through this door you'll immediately interact with this lever. You do not have to go through this door right here, as it just leads back outside, but if you'll follow this path around that I take, just going the most direct route that we can now come down here, and as you can see, we're back at the other side. But coming over here through this door, do be careful of the enemy here though, as he'll explode when he hits you, and he can possibly knock you down. So from here, you'll want to grab this item. It'll be a headpiece. Make sure you survive the jump back across. So what you want to do is equip that headpiece, so you'll have to scroll all the way down. It'll be the staff head. But continuing on the path here, we come back over here to the right, and then follow this path up and around. And then if you come off here over to the left and open up this door, it should get you the trophy for entering 15 secret rooms. So from here we can now just continue the normal path that you're supposed to take off to, or straight ahead, and then up to the right and follow the stairs up and around. From here, you're basically just going to get the Unity actual weapon. So coming here and then making this jump across, if this door isn't open, you basically have to hit it with the weapon. And then just like that, it'll eventually open up. And then when you open this chest, you will then get the actual Unity item. So as you'll see, as of now, the weapon has transformed into its base form. But we are just going to move on from that. Okay, this guy is surprisingly different. Don't remember this guy being here. Anyways, now we can head back across and actually head back the way we came, or if you want to, you can take the shortcut back down. But from here, if you follow the path around, we're then going to go down below. Make sure that you have, once again, the heirloom equipped, as there is one last ghost enemy to deal with. Wrong turn. But from here, if you actually head through the door right here, you can head to this little side area that has a staircase. As you'll see, this big guy is just chilling. Don't worry, he's not hostile. He won't do anything. Make sure you don't fall off when you do this. But if you come down here, and you can activate this final switch right here, and then afterwards Yetka's gonna show up.
Stop!
What?
She doesn't want you to kill him. You'll ask her to...
What?
Do you think he'll talk to her?
He knows.
And then you'll say, okay, I'll let it live.
Yes.
There'll be a cutscene, not going to spoil anything, of course. And then you should get another trophy. This is going to be one of the secret trophies, called She Was the Last Woman Here. Now from here, if we actually go all the way back around to the other side where the crystal is, we can now continue to go and fight the Annihilator boss. So I'll see you over on the other side. Alright, so from here, as of now, you're wondering, alright, where do I go? What do I do? And so from the main stairs, if you head up and into this main staircase here, you'll be able to finally enter the boss fight.
Mighty Antanas, there must be something that has been keeping people from finding a way inside the hand.
So the Annihilator is a pretty easy boss. To get his lightning weapon, you basically just need to do the final blow with a lightning weapon, so the heirloom, that's why we got it, or the Unity if you meet the requirements. Basically, all you want him to do is do a overhead slam into his combo, and that'll be the best form of damage that you can get to do to him, like so. When he does his second attack, you can then get close to him, and then get in either a R2 or a R1, your choice really. He will also throw his weapon, and then he'll catch it like so. He can get lightning enraged, but like I said, if you try and get him to do these overhead slams like so, it's pretty easy. like that, we've already almost defeated him. He will have this one attack that I cannot dodge it. It won't kill you if you're at full health. But just be wary of it. Once again, just trying to get that overhead swing. I've got greedy here, but that's fine. I have good armor, so I can survive the fight. And just like that, we have defeated him. However, you will need to have beaten him with a lightning weapon as the final hit. But overall, it's a pretty easy boss fight. Now, I actually just failed and completely forgot about doing it because I was just ready to be done. So I'm actually going to quit to the main menu so I reset the boss fight and then finish that. But once it's done, you should have his weapon, and you should at this point have the My Stash or My Private Stash trophy. If not, you will get it in the next fight. Guaranteed, probably. As of now, you can always do a checklist of all the unique items that you have that are orange. So I'm going to see you once I beat him. So yeah. Alright, so now that you officially do it and defeat him with a lightning weapon as your final hit, you'll get the My Private Stash, and you'll also get the trophy for finally defeating him. Yay! Alright, so from here we're actually going to continue just a little bit further, and then we're going to meet Adyr. So if you continue through this portal, you're going to eventually come to an area, you'll meet Adyr, he'll give you a rune, and some other things will be said and talked about. You'll also meet Kazlo and stuff like that, and then you'll be teleported back to the Citadel, and that's where I'm officially going to be ending the video. Is officially here, but it's going to pick up from there, and in there I'm going to go into detail about what you do with the rune that you were given from Adyr. So this has been Mr. Pilgrim. I'll see you all in the next video. Hope these guides have been helpful. Have a good one.